Hi guys, welcome back. It's Thursday, so I'm back with another video. If you're new here, my name is Melissa Crafter and I create custom epoxy free tumblers along with other crafts. This week's video, I'm going to be showing you how I did this Halloween Witch's Brew mug where I added the drip onto the rim of the cup. As always, if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask down in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. Also, if you guys have any video suggestions for me, go ahead and drop them down in the comment section. I would love to know what you guys want to see on my channel. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. So I started off with a prep cup. I went ahead and sanded this cup and then I did base coat it black using spray paint. I then did let it gas off for 48 hours after spray painting it. When using spray paint as your base coat, you do want to allow it to gas off for 48 hours to ensure that your spray paint is completely gassed off. Spray paint is a solvent-based product, so when you don't want to mix it with bright tone that is water-based. They don't mix well, so you want to allow that to gas off. That way you don't trap any gases under your bright tone and have issues later. This is a vinyl SVG that I cut out using my Cricut Explorer Air 2. I'll go ahead and link the shop name down below where I got this SVG. So after cutting it out, I went ahead and weeded it out, and then I'm now putting it on my cup using transfer tape. Here, I'm just trying to make sure that it is well centered and I am placing it exactly where I want it to go. Once I find that center spot, I'm going to go ahead and place my decal, and using my scraper tool, I'm just going to go ahead and ensure that is well placed on there, and then I'm going to go ahead and remove the transfer tape. Now I'm just going to go ahead and hit it with my heat gun just to ensure that everything is well adhered to my cup here and I don't have any vinyl sticking up. I am then going to go ahead and glitter my cup using Bright Tone. With my first coat of Bright Tone, I'm going to go ahead and add my glitter. The glitters that I'm going to be using are these here. They're from Glitzy Girl Glitter. And they are, the first one's called Hocus Pocus, and this one here is called Spooky Goblins. They are both the perfect Halloween blends if you are planning on doing a Halloween cup. I do have a discount code with Glitzy Girl Glitters. I'll go ahead and put it on this frame. The discount code is Melissa Crafter 10, where you can use and save money off your order. I'll also go ahead and link their website down below for you guys to check out. So this is what Bright Tone looks like. This is what I use to seal my tumblers with. I don't use epoxy. It is a water-based, non-toxic top coat, and it's completely safe to use even indoors. You can purchase it at thecrystalaxstore.com. I'll go ahead and link it down below for you guys to check out. This container here is the gallon size. They do have smaller options, and I do transfer it onto a condiment bottle for easier application. So I'm going to go ahead and give my cup a coat of Bright Tone. With that coat of Bright Tone, I'm going to go ahead and add my glitter. I'm going to go ahead and do the handle first, add Bright Tone to the handle while the spinner is off. And then I'm going to go ahead and coat the rest of the cup while the cup is spinning. It is a little bit hard to add your Bright Tone onto your cup while the cup is spinning because of the handle. But just go ahead and do the handle first while the spinner is off, and then do the rest of the cup. You want to go ahead and add a nice thin even coat onto your cup. Once I add my coat of Brightone to my cup, I am going to allow it to spin just for a couple seconds to allow it to self-level. I'm then going to go ahead and glitter my cup. I'm going to go ahead and add my glitter using this Wet n Wild makeup brush. I'll go ahead and link it down below. But what I'm doing here is I'm just lightly putting it into, dabbing the makeup brush into the glitter. And then I'm just tapping on the makeup brush so that the glitter that it picked up, it go ahead and drops it onto the mug. I'm not actually touching the mug with the paintbrush. I'm just kind of dabbing or tapping on the makeup brush to release the glitter that it picked up, and then it's falling onto the cup. This helps the glitter lay flat once it falls down on the cup. And it also picks up just the right amount of glitter. That way I can just sprinkle it onto the cup. I am avoiding that decal area just because I don't want that covered with glitter. So I am just not, I'm trying not to get it onto that decal area. Once I'm satisfied with how much glitter I add, I'm gonna go ahead and just clean off the rim here to make sure I don't have any of the glitter sticking up. And then I'm also just cleaning up any glitter that might have fell on the decal area that I didn't want any glitter on. Here I stopped the turner just to get that some of the glitter that did fall on my decal here. I'm trying to get it off and just kind of moving the glitter around. Now that I've added my glitter, I'm going to go ahead and allow my cup to spin for an hour and then dry for an additional 3 hours to total 4 hours of dry time. Here, I'm just going to go ahead and take an old gift card and I'm just going to go ahead and tap on my cup on any glitter that I might see that's lifting or standing or poking out. I'm just gonna go ahead and just dab on it, tap on it a little bit just to kind of flatten that out as much as I could. I'm not gonna seal my glitter on to my cup on this cup just because it's just a sprinkled on glitter. It's not like a full glitter tumbler. Here I'm laying down the glitter as flat as possible. That way when my first coat of Brightone is dried, I can continue coating my cup. After my first coat of Brightone has dried off for 4 hours, I'm going to go ahead and add my second coat of Brightone. As I mentioned earlier, it's easier when you're doing cups with handles to first do the handle with the spinner off. After you add your Brightone onto the handle, you can go ahead and turn on your turner and coat the rest of the cup. So every coat of Brightone is added the same. You just want to add a thin coat of Brightone, just enough to where your cup isn't dripping. And then after your cup is completely covered, you want to go ahead and allow that to spin for an hour and then dry for an additional 3 hours to total 4 hours of dry time. I was having some glitter fallout here with my second coat of Brightone since I didn't seal my glitter, but that's okay. Since this glitter is sprinkled on, it'll end up getting covered and well adhered onto the cup eventually. So that's okay. So I'm going to continue coating with Brightone. So like I mentioned, every coat of Brightone is added the same. You want to continue coating until your cup is completely smooth from your glitter. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't film every coat of Brightone that I give my cup just because every coat is added the same. So I'm going to go ahead and continue coating until my cup is smooth enough to where I can add my drip. You do want to be sure to sand every 3 coats. You want to sand with 400 grit sanding paper. That way you can smoothen out your cup and you can achieve a smooth cup faster. So to add my drip, I'm going to be using this Tulip dimensional fabric paint. I got this one from Amazon that brings some rainbow colors and also some neons. I picked up this one just because it brought different colors, but you can always buy just the white one and add mica powders to make your own colors. But I picked up this one since it did have a different variety of colors. I'll go ahead and link this one down below if you guys want to check it out. So I'm going to go ahead and use this orange color to go ahead and add my drip. So here my cup, after 4 coats of Bright Tone, it's not completely smooth, but it is somewhat smooth since it is just a sprinkled on glitter. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my drip onto my cup now. I'm just gonna go ahead and add some of the fabric paint onto a little container, and using a popsicle stick, I'm just gonna go ahead and do some droplets and just kind of go all around the entire rim of the mug. So using the popsicle stick, I'm just kind of picking up some of the paint, and then I'm just kind of using the same shape of the popsicle stick to do like small droplets of the paint onto the rim. I'm not worrying about doing the drip just yet. I'm just kind of getting it all around the rim at this point. Once you get the paint all along on the rim, you're gonna go ahead and just lightly tap your cup. Here I'm tapping it on my desk. I'm giving it a few taps and you'll see the paint drop and create that drip effect. Here you can see that with just a few taps, it creates that drip effect that we're going for. And then you just want to just clean off any of the paint that might have got along the lip of the cup. After you go ahead and add your drip, you do want to allow this to dry for several days. I let mine dry for 72 hours before I went ahead and continue coating my cup with Bright Tone to go ahead and seal up this drip and continue glossing up my cup. So here we are after the 72 hours that I waited for my dimensional paint drip to dry. I'm going to go ahead and continue coating my cup with Bright Tone to continue glossing up my cup, and now also to seal this drip. At this point, the drip is completely dry, and I am going to go ahead and seal it with Bright Tone. I'm going to take my Bright Tone all the way to the top and seal the drip as well while I'm coating my cup. So I'm going to go ahead and add about 6 coats of Bright Tone on top of this drip so that it's well sealed. You want to have at least 6 coats of Bright Tone on top of your dimensional fabric paint so that it can seal very well and you don't have any issues with it later on. So I'm just going to go ahead and add my Bright Tone coat the same way that I always do. A thin coat of Bright Tone, allow it to spin for an hour, and then dry for an additional 3 hours to total 4 hours of dry time. I did feel that my drip did come out a little bit light or transparent since I did use the fabric dimensional paints that already came in certain colors. This was my first time using the fabric dimensional paints that already come in certain colors. Usually I just use the white one and I add my own mica powders to create my own colors. You can do that if you want it to come out a little bit more darker. I feel like those come out more darker and in turn less transparent. Also, if you have the concentrated pigments from the Crystalac store, you can mix those in with the dimensional fabric paint and create your own colors with that as well. Another thing that I want to talk about so that you guys don't run into these issues while you're doing this is if you look closely on my drip, you can see a few tiny little holes. You probably won't see them from this frame or can't even tell, but I just wanted to let you guys know about this. If you look closely, you can see a few tiny little holes. That happened because while I was adding my drip, just tiny little air bubbles form just because you're moving the paint around. You want to be sure to pop those little air bubbles that form because if you don't, then later on while your drip is drying, they will pop and in turn they'll form these little holes. You just want to be sure that while you're adding your drip, if you see any little air bubbles form, to go ahead and pop them. That way you don't run into this issue. So here's how the mug turned out. I felt like it all came together and created the perfect Halloween mug. You can add this drip to any cup, whether it's a Christmas cup, Halloween cup, Valentine's Day cup, or any other cup in general. It was such a fun way to add an extra touch to my mug here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching.